These days, all of us are used to social media in some form or the other. Most of us today are already using Facebook, and many of us also use other social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and others. Over the last few years, the social media space has become bigger than ever. And in recent times, there is one more buzzword that we have been hearing about, and that is Metaverse. So, what is this Metaverse? Well, the easiest way to describe the Metaverse is to call it a digital universe. Imagine how we look at the world. We live in our houses, work in our offices, travel by roads and trains, go shopping at shops and supermarkets. Now imagine all of this in a digital or virtual way, where you can use technology to access the world that is entirely computerized but looks very much like the real world. So, how do we imagine this? Well, here's a simple example. Imagine a video game, especially something like PUBG. Now, when we look at a game like that, we can see an entire world inside it, with landscapes, buildings, cars, people, and all of that, right? But this is all on your mobile or computer screen. Now, imagine that you are inside a game like that, and that is what the Metaverse looks like. So, the first person version you see when you are playing the game on screen becomes you in the form of what we call an avatar or avatar. So, how is this possible? Now, we have all heard of 3D virtual reality technology, right? This is where you put on a 3D headset like a pair of glasses and it transports you into a virtual world created like the graphics of a video game, and with you being represented by your avatar, which is basically an animated version of yourself. Using this avatar, you can access and travel through the Metaverse. So basically, we can describe the Metaverse as a virtual world where we can access and navigate in a three-dimensional format. Now, the obvious question that comes up is, why is the Metaverse necessary, or what purpose does it serve? Now, primarily, the purpose of the Metaverse is to enhance the digital experience. But what does that mean? So think about how social media has developed. Like first, we had Facebook, which allowed us to connect with friends and to talk to them through written posts. Then it developed further and we could now upload photos and videos. And now we can actually use Facebook to do a live stream. Basically, that is when you are someplace and taking a live video that is being broadcasted to your friends and followers through Facebook. So here, the digital experience has evolved from being just text and photos to actual live videos and broadcasts. And what the Metaverse can do is to take this experience several steps further ahead. Now, to understand this, let's look at some examples of where the Metaverse can enhance or improve the user experience. First, let's look at something like real estate. Now, if we are looking to buy a house, we will look online for properties, then shortlist some properties which we like, and then physically go to the properties to check it out. And we do this because even though we can view pictures and videos of the property online, it is not like seeing it for real. Now here, the Metaverse changes this. Imagine putting on a VR headset which instantly transports you inside a 3D version of the property. Now you can walk through various rooms in the house, see the kind of space that is available, see what features you can get, and you can do all this from the comfort of your own home. Makes it a lot easier, right? Another example we can use is shopping. One of the most common things we do these days is to shop online for things that we need, and there are so many sites and apps that allow us to do this, like Amazon and Flipkart. But currently, these apps only allow us to pick and choose from a list, right? Now imagine putting on a VR headset and walking into a virtual supermarket in the Metaverse, which has different aisles for different products, and you can actually get the feeling of walking down these aisles and picking virtual goods off the shelves and putting it in your virtual basket. Then you can go to the virtual counter, check out and pay for your purchases, and in the real world, those exact things are delivered to your home. That would make the experience so much more involved and immersive, wouldn't it? Now let's look at a professional example. Let's say you live in one city and your work requires you to get in touch with people from various other locations around the world. Now currently, we can do this through the standard email and phone call, or nowadays through video calling. But this again is a two-dimensional experience. Well, in the Metaverse, using your avatar, you can go into a virtual world where you can use your avatar to actually walk up to somebody who has logged in from halfway around the world, meet up with their avatar, shake hands with them, and then proceed to sit and discuss your work. And for all intents and purposes, this feels like a real meeting, which makes it so much better. So, as we can see, the Metaverse concept is something that has immense potential for creating virtual worlds that one can use for multiple purposes. Now, currently, there are many companies and organizations that are beginning to use or develop the concept of the Metaverse. One of the biggest in this category is Facebook, or Meta as it is called now, but it is still in a growing stage. But with the kind of adoption and the use that the Metaverse concept is currently seeing, there is no doubt that it is going to be the next big thing in technology and a huge part of our online experience in the future.